All right, y'all. So I'm outside the gym. Oh, by the way, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've previously seen one of my videos. Welcome back to my channel. My name is So if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been here before. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This video is going to be pretty short because I am outside of the gym. It's almost time for me to go in to do my Zumba workout. You know, your girl love her little dance fitness. But I wanted to talk about the Will and Jada situation real quick. Because, I mean, I have an opinion. And, you know, I want to voice my opinion. I mean, not that anybody asked for it, but, you know, I got a little 2 cents I want to drop in. I want to drop. So I've been watching a lot of videos, a lot of interviews with Jada, just to really get the backstory, because all the headlines are making her look real bad, you know. And it's just like, I wanted to know more. Now, I am going to buy the book. I definitely want to buy the book. I haven't read in a long time. And shout out to her for making me want to read again. You hear me? Well, I'm lying. The only thing I've been reading is my Bible. I do read my Bible, okay? The best stories ever told are in those Bibles. But, so yeah, so I wanted to go ahead and speak about the Will and Jada situation real quick. Give my little opinion. I'm personally... I love Jada, okay? I love Will too, but I love Jada. After watching watching a lot of her interviews and kind of getting her backstory, who she is, why she is, and, you know, like, getting more insight into their relationship, I don't know why everybody hate the girl. I mean, the lady. I mean, the woman. You feel me? Like, what? I definitely feel like the hate Jada train has got to stop. Like, because Will haven't come out to say what's been going on, you know, like what their arrangements were, and that they were broken up, and that he also had somebody else, everybody is painting this lady out to be a cheater, and that's not the case. Like, we knew way back then that he had him a little boo thing that he was traveling with. You feel me? The fact that he just never came out and said it, so he was cheating in peace, we just kind of, you know, like, brush it up under the rug because he was giving us good movies, tall black man, successful. You feel me? Like, we love our black kings, like, period, as we should. But also, we love our black women. And we cannot punish Jada for something. We cannot, you know, like, keep talking bad about her for something that her and her husband agreed on. Like, if you watch the video, I think it's called No Purpose or On Purpose, I forgot. But if you watch that interview that she did with that man, I think it's about an hour and a half long, or maybe longer. But she says how, before she even started dealing with August, her and Will decided to go off and live as separate, like, you know, separate individuals, like, as if they're not married. Like, he was living his life and she was living her life. It just so happened that the guy that she messed with got in his feelings, and, you know, maybe it was because he wanted to get back in the industry, because before he came out and said that, he wasn't really out there. I think he was sick and all that stuff. But, you know, like, whatever reason that he said it, he ended up saying it, and now we're just like, oh, Jada's a HOE, oh, she's a cheater and all that stuff. When in reality, in her video, she was like, the only reason that she had that red table talk is because of that false narrative that everybody's saying that she's a cheater when she's not a cheater. And she said that when she was going to do the red table talk, she didn't invite Will. She didn't tell Will to come and do it with her. He kind of, like, he just volunteered to be there. So she was like, all right, she thinking that he's gonna come or whatever. She said she was going to just let it all out, tell the truth. Like, they haven't been together. You know, like, he's been living in a whole separate place and he has his people. And when Will got to the table, he told her that he's not there yet. He's not comfortable enough to go ahead and let people know. So I don't know if it was a manipulative thing, like he decided to go to the red table so he can manipulate her into not really saying what she wanted to say. But either way, that's what happened, and that's why we made this whole, entanglement moment like even more of a thing, like when it comes to Jada, you feel me? So it was just like, it's crazy. Now we love Will. Okay, we love Will, but I definitely feel like Will is terrified of being seen, being looked at, being labeled as the bad guy in the public eye. So Jada went ahead and just, she took the blame for everything. She took the fall for everything. Like she said on that interview, she said he wasn't there yet to tell people what he's been doing. So she had to be considerate of that. Like she was ready for it. Like she was ready for the world to know that they've been living separate for all those years and they haven't been together. But he wasn't ready yet. Like when he got to the table, he told her he's not ready. So she just took the blame for everything. Another part of the interview, she was talking about, now all of this of course revolves around her book. I definitely suggest that, if you want to know more, you go and get her book. This is not, look Jada, I'm gonna need some coins, boo, because this is free promotion. But she was also stating how at the Oscar she was shocked that he even invited her to the Oscars. She said she was happy when he told her, like, go to the Oscars with him. That goes to show how much, they have not been on one accord. Like, they've been living separately. She probably thought he was going to take somebody else. You feel me? Like, his other boo thing. So she was like, she was happy to even have been invited. And she said there was arguing a lot in the back. So she was already aggravated from that. Like, there was already not seeing eye to eye before they even, got to their seats. And she kind of knew. She was like, watch, Chris is going to make a joke or whatever about me. Watch he make a joke about me. Because at that time, her alopecia was really acting up. Like, she was bald when she went there. She was like, it was really acting up. And I guess part of that was an insecurity that she was kind of, that she was expressing to Will. So when Chris made that comment, she was like, see, I told you. Like, I guess that's why she rolled her eyes. She said that's why she rolled her eyes. It wasn't even directly to Chris. So with everybody blaming her, saying, oh yeah, she told him to go do that and all that stuff, she was like, she was shocked. And especially when he said, don't talk about my wife, she was like, she was really shocked. Because she said they have not referred to each other as husband and wife in so long. They were not living like husband and wife in so long. So she was shocked. All of that came as a shock to her. So I'm making this video just to say, like, give Jada some grace. How many people Will has dealt with. It's just he has a better NDA. Or he has, he has a better way of picking his side pieces to where he choose women that's not going to say anything. Or, like, give the lady some grace. Jada is not an HOE, because it would have been way more stuff coming out about her if that was the case. And like she said, her and Will had decided to live separately. They decided to live as single people. They went ahead and did them. Like, so what we expected for Will to be out there traveling, showing this lady a good time, and for Jada to just be waiting on him to get back to, like, back home or whatever the case might be. Even though she might have been the one who said, okay, she's not happy in a relationship, she's ready to separate, we have to understand that she was a star herself. And when she got with Will, she had to kind of dim her light to be the supportive wife and mother and be at the house, nurturing the kids and all that stuff. So she probably feel like she didn't live her career to her full potential. She didn't live her life to her full potential. So we have to stop that. And when I say we, I include myself also, because I've definitely partaken, like the entanglement jokes and stuff like that. But also the thing with Tupac, I was shocked to find out. That's why you can't believe everything you see on the blogs. Because I was shocked to find out that her and Tupac never even had any, like, sexual intercourse. They was really friends. And though there was, like, she just said they was not attracted to each other like that. Like, they couldn't even kiss. You feel me? So it's just like, give the lady some grace. Stop it with the whole free will. Will not trying to be Will been free. Will has been as free as he want to be. Just like she can file for divorce, he can too. And it's just like he's having his way. If they have not filed for divorce, they're having their way. You feel me? Like, it works for them. And you never know. Eventually, they might decide to let whoever on the outsides go and come back together and find. I think the thing is, like she stated, they were not in romantic love. Like, they love each other, but not romantically. Like, they fell out of romantic love. So eventually they might get back to that place. Like, they're getting way older. They're getting older. It's getting to that point where it's just like, okay, babe, like, look, we gonna make this work. You feel me? Like, forget that. I'm tired of chasing these youngins, having to pay them to be quiet, having people sign NDAs and all that extra stuff. Like, I just pray that they find their way to romantic love again and make their relationship work and continue to work on, whatever works for them. Whatever they've been doing has been working for them. There are people who swear they're so in love up and down, but 3 months later they get a divorce. 1 year later they get a divorce. 3 years later they get a divorce. Now, I've never been married. I'm not married. I'm single. But if I was to ever find somebody who, who's just like, no matter what, no matter what, we're going to make this work. Even if we have to take some time apart, I'm not ready to fully divorce you yet. Like, that is unconditional love. You feel me? Like, that is unconditional love. When we don't have romantic love, we hold on to the friendship love that we have. And eventually we might find our way back to romantic love, or maybe we never do. But at the end of the day, I know that if something happens to me, my best friend is responsible for the decisions that has to be made, that has to be made for me. Like, if Will was to get sick and he can't speak for himself, Jada will make the absolute best decision that she know Will would want. You feel me? Like, at this point, I don't think anybody in the world know them more than they know each other. So that's what I wanted to say on that. Let's stop all the fruit. Will ain't sitting somewhere with his hands tucked between, with his tail tucked between his legs, waiting on Jada to get back home. Will ain't doing that. Will living his best life. Will outside. Will been outside. You feel me? Will been outside. So we need to stop all that free will stuff. Jada's that girl. She's a baddie. She's a mom, and like, she seems like an alpha. She definitely seemed like the stuff that Will cannot deal with, the stuff that Will is not ready to take on head first. Like, she takes it on. Like she said, the only reason y'all talking about, why she's doing all these interviews, why she talking so much, because there's so many false narratives out about this lady. Like she said, the reason that she even did the y'all, I came to the gym with my baptism shirt on. Y'all, I got baptized. That's a whole separate video. But I came to the gym. When it's time for the gym, baby, any oversized t-shirt will do. Okay. But yeah, so she was saying how the reason that she even did the red table talk is because everybody kept calling her a cheater, and she knows that she's not a cheater. And come on now, you think if Will knew this lady was a cheater, he would still be with her too? It's because he knows the real. So I'm happy that she's talking. I'm happy that she wrote the book. I'm happy that she's doing these interviews, honey. Cause I mean, why not? That's her truth. Let the lady speak her truth. And I'm pretty sure if Will was to come out and start saying some of the stuff that he's done, the narrative is going to flip. That's how society is. It's just like, y'all so flip-flop. Y'all don't know what y'all want. If Will was to start speaking about the stuff he's done, the people he's dealt with, the timelines of when they broke up, what he went and did, why they were broken up, I'm pretty sure it would be turned to, Team Jada. Free Jada. You feel me? So it's just like, you cannot win with this world. So I myself am taking this as a lesson just to give people a little bit more grace. Not to be so quick to judge. Now, I used to believe, in the saying, only God can judge, for us not to judge. But since I've been on my spiritual journey, I have learned that the Bible says, yes, you need to judge people who's not living right. Yes, judge, and like, of course, guide them on the right path and stuff like that. So I'm just not going to be like, I'm just not going to condemn anybody. You feel me? Like, I'm not just going to be so quick to clown anybody without knowing the back. I don't clown people anyway, but just making little jokes and stuff like that. Just, I'm not on that, because you just never know the real behind these situations. But also, it kind of proves that where there's smoke, there's fire. Because for the longest, we've been hearing that they're in an open relationship, and they kept denying it. And even though it's not like an open relationship where they're inviting people into their bedroom, but they're definitely inviting people into their marriage. And I say that to say, like, they're still married, but they're seeing other people. It might not be together, but they were seeing other people. They were separated. They was living a separate life. And like I said, Will wasn't ready for people to know that. He just much rather seemed like the good guy, the good husband who got cheated on. You feel me? And that's just a little whack to me. But at the same time, these people, they're celebrities. He probably was scared that, if his image gets tarnished, he wouldn't get certain roles. He wouldn't be invited to certain places. He wouldn't have access to certain stuff. So there's just no telling why they did it. But I'm just definitely happy that Jada is speaking her truth. Jada is not the villain. It's not no free will. You feel me? Like, she can speak her truth. And I don't know why everybody's so mad when Will is at every press conference. Like, he's backing her up 100%. He is proud of that girl. And like he said, he wrote her a note. Like, she went to the interview, and he actually wrote a note to the interviewer to read to her. And he said if he would have read that book like 30 years ago or some years ago, sometime during earlier in their marriage, he would have hugged her more. So that just goes to show how, how guilty he also felt for the role that he played in that, with being absent or just not being as affectionate. Because those are hardworking people, actors. Like, the amount of work that Will Smith has done, I'm pretty sure it's caused him to be absent a lot. It's caused him to be very, very indulged in his work to where he was absent in the home. He was like, she wasn't getting affection like that. Like, it might be that situation. So that's my little rant, y'all. That is my little rant. While I was working this week, I was just, watching interviews, hearing her side, because the media has been going so hard on her. But she definitely seemed like she can take it. And she's surrounded with a lot of love. Her kids love her. Her mom loves her. Will, the guy y'all probably saying free Will so y'all could try to get on. Will ain't stunting, y'all. Will is good where he at, honey. With Jada and whatever little side piece that he's dealing with at the moment, he is not stunting, y'all. Leave those people alone. But yeah, so that's my little rant. That's what I wanted to say about the situation. Extend some grace to Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, please. Because you just never really know the backstory. Go ahead and find out. Read the book. And maybe we'll talk about it another time. Bye.